Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to cover what are the best legends for ranked. Disclaimer: if you have strong mechanical skills and know how to navigate fights with good positioning, you can get Masters or Predator rank with any legend. This guide is less for you and more for players looking for an answer to enhance their gameplay, perhaps if they're solo queuing or really starting off trying to build synergy with their squad. So that's going to be the goal of today, is going to be a lot of themes. So additional disclaimer, I really want this guide to not go out of style after just one season. What I'm going to try to teach is how to put each of these legends into broad categories to enhance your ranked experience. I will use examples based on legend utility, not necessarily ranking them, but just kind of bucketing them based on their current meta and their current strengths to help provide at least a direction. That's the goal. Direction, themes, overall, broad, giving you a sense of, oh, what do I need to do? All right, so let's begin. We're going to put them into three different categories. We're going to start with difficult, medium, and easier. Disclaimer, this list is not perfect, so just don't freak out. This is not a tier list. I'm just shooting for a theme here, okay? Now for the easier category, when I say easier, you will still need to back up with skill. It doesn't mean like you're just going to roll over a lobby. It just means getting in and out is easier. An example: running away with a stim or a revenant jump is much easier than running away with a Watson fence, right? I think we can all agree that one is easier for getting across the map versus another one. So we look at this list, right? And we talk about at the start here what is easier. Let's start with an example like Octane. Octane is easier to run away. It's hard to chase an Octane, right? Bangalore, double time and smoke, at least you can't see. Mad Maggie ultimate, Pathfinder grapple, maybe big, but still Wraith, queuing out, Revenant, tactical, Horizon, at least going up on the queue can be hard to hit. Vantage can queue away. Conduit, almost want to put in the medium, but at least you have the reset potential and you can heal, and then you have your speed boost if they happen to be further away. And Loba, out of all the supports, is the easiest legend to just queue and run away, right? Again, not a tier list, okay? These legends, especially, let's say if you're trying to run away from a fight, I mean, the scariest thing is hearing a Revenant tactical on you, right? Versus hearing a Watson run over to you. And if you're trying to get away, remember the theme, getting away, right? So remember, when we go into the medium list, yes, there could be the debate, well, what if I just use an evac? Well, imagine a Revenant with an evac versus a Watson with an evac, right? So the theme is here, which one can get across the map further? I know to put a lot of disclaimers, but everyone always wants to debate tier lists, and that's just not the goal of this video. Now, the medium category, I always kind of consider these, they have flaws, but they can move, right? Let's say like Valkyrie, Ashe, Fuse, Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Newcastle, Mirage, and Rampart. I mean, they're good, they have utility, but it's just not perfect, right? When we talk about Mirage versus Octane, Octane can just get away much easier, right? I mean, you can still do it as Mirage. It does take a certain amount of skill. It is there. That's why I say it's in the middle, right? I mean, you can still turn and burn and put a wall up as Rampart, but at least it's better than what the final list is going to be. It's like there's just not perfect. You can get at a dodge, but it's just not as easier as, let's say, grappling away as a Pathfinder, right? Newcastle Leap can be great, but a Pathfinder leaping away is definitely much harder to get and chase and run across the map versus, right? Unless you're also one of them. Fuse does have some movement. At least you can put down your ultimate, have some ability to kind of stop a team, but it's just not perfect. So we're kind of in the middle here. Now, when you kind of get the theme, right? When we're talking about theme, these are the legends that are hard to solo queue with, okay? And this is a solo queue list, I have to remind again. Is Watson, it can be very difficult to solo queue with. Caustic, Catalyst, Crypto, Ballistic, Seer, and Lifeline. So again, if you're trying to run away as one of these legends, you really need your team to watch for you, or you're going to hunker down with your utility and you're forced to fight. The other ones, you don't necessarily have to fight. You could just grapple away again. But with these legends, I mean, if I'm a Watson and I have a Revenant tactical right on top of me and I'm trying to run away and they tactical again, I'm probably going to die. I can't beat them. If we're racing next to one another, the Revenant should always win if we're running across the map. Right? Same with an Octane. So these legends struggle or are a little bit more planted. So if we talk about, let's say, Seer versus Bloodhound, at least Bloodhound, they can pop their ultimate ability and just start sprinting across the map, right? It's not perfect compared to the top list, but you kind of get the theme. You really have to hunker down and aim and pressure and dish out damage with this last list here. You can use a crypto drone to apply pressure, but you're still going to have to fight. I mean, crypto's not going to be able to just magically run away. You can just slide jump and try to reposition, but it's not always going to be the easiest, especially when you're solo queuing and you have to get away from a squad if you're in a losing fight, right? That's kind of the overall goal here. So hopefully that gives you a sense of direction on what is easier to solo queue with, because essentially if you're getting third party, you want to be able to get in and out of a fight. All that saves you a bit of time and a bit of headache. So now what we're going to do, let's break down why legends outside of solo queue, if you play others, why they move up on the list. And we're going to call these more team play legends. What's interesting is that Caustic and Watson can go up when you're playing with somebody that helps give you some mobility like a Horizon. I think probably one of the hardest squads that you're going to run into, let's say you have a Watson, Rampart, and Caustic. I mean, you have no way to run to zone, you have no mobility. It can still work, but you as a team have to work more collectively together. Let's say you're a team that loots fast and knows how to rotate. Well, that makes sense because you know they can pretty much call zones because they're control legends. So you kind of get that theme there, right? Let's talk about another theme here. It's why you see Conduit and Revenant as just being a nasty combination. Let's break down some of the benefits here, and then we're going to get more granular into this list. Conduit provides within a fight the ability to stay longer and heal up and save some time, right? If the team is losing, I mean, you can, quote unquote, get out and you can reset with banners. In general, it is ideal to rank with, specifically if you're learning how to fight, to have this ability to gather banners and just go again. So that's very important. That's just a note whether you're solo queuing or not, which is why I put it later in the video. The support legends can be fantastic because if you lose a fight, at least somebody's just say, run away, run away, run away. And that's why we put Loba higher in the list, because she can run away much better than, let's say, a Lifeline. Lifeline is going to res you so you can stay in the fight longer, but if you're getting thirded and you have 4 or 5 teams on you, Loba can just queue one direction and just hope and pray that they can get out. Now, the support class drops in terms of value in ALGS because the odds of rotating back safely after you res is a lot lower because there's a lot more teams. Now, we talk about Conduit paired to Revenant again. Revenant is just nasty because of strength of a larger health pool with an ultimate and reset potential. So if things go south, maybe the Conduit doesn't get out, but throws the Revenant a heal, and the Revenant runs away and then gets banners because they have ability to just keep queuing away, queuing away, queuing away. It can be a real pain in the butt to chase a Revenant. I think you all know that. So you see that synergy. So what we're going to look for is legends that can work together. Working together requires some form of communication or improved game sense. So take that with a grain of salt, because 3 stacks versus a solo queue list is going to be very different here, right? Let's just get into some of the examples here and how they're going to require a little bit more synergy and a little bit more communication. And sometimes you don't have that whenever you're solo queuing for many different reasons. So we're going to simplify this list by duo pairing. Rather than just going for a pure 3-stack combination, we're going to talk about a duo pair. These metas can change, but I hope it gives you a little bit of perspective. It's like pairing a Bangalore Bloodhound / Seer. The smoke provides cover, but you can scan through it. Conduit and Revenant, which we broke down at a higher level, provides a stronger health pull and a reset potential because of the ability of Revenant to get out. Catalyst and Bangalore, they have wall and smoke coverage also while hunkering down. Horizon and Bangalore, they have strong breach potential with height advantage, right? You have the ability to throw ultimate down, smoke, or even throw your ult if they're stuck in a building. Or Valkyrie with, let's say, controller-based legends such as Watson, Caustic. You have the ability to go to zone quickly or rotate safely to a position that is more ideal for controller legends that may struggle with rotating. Now, this is all really interesting when paired with a third to solve even more shortcomings. My best advice is to find your team's strengths or weaknesses and use legend utility to cover or enhance what you do best or perhaps struggle with. But these are themes. I mean, heck, you could pair a full aggro squad and shove everything such as Revenant, Horizon, or a Bangalore type composition. Remember, this video is not for the highest level of player. At that level, if you're playing an ALGS and you're playing for money, you're really looking for a professional coach and to really deep dive into your specific squad synergy. And sometimes you can build metas specific for what your strengths and weaknesses are. But the level prior is you need to start building and thinking of this mindset. I hope this got you thinking. And of course, what this does, it opens up a really large can of worms that it's hard to break into when we start talking meta. Maybe we can start doing this seasonally. So comment down below if you want to look at what the current metas are and explain why they're so powerful, especially like we were doing earlier with Revenant and Conduit. So especially when it comes to adding perks into this mix, it can get a little overwhelming. So please comment down below if this was a more simplified version of things. I went more for themes, so as new legends come out, let's say we have a new legend that has a really strong tactical, that has a 5-second insane cooldown, but can keep teleporting them. We know that's a great solo queue legend. But let's say they release another legend that has the ability to create a giant wall, but then has their movement speed slow. Well, that's going to be probably a more difficult legend to kind of master for solo queuing, but somebody can do it, especially if they have the skill set. Now, I'm going to stop now because I could spend countless hours on the subject, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right away. So I appreciate you all for watching. Please, please, please comment and subscribe if you enjoyed, because I want to have more of these discussions and help you all out, because it's one that you guys all ask for on stream. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.